This is Mr. Todd. Welcome to Thursday's lesson. Today our objective is to make sure you're understanding how to do algebraic expressions when we combine two operations. That's going to be addition and subtraction and multiplication and division. So you don't only have to do one of the multiplication and division, only one of the addition and subtraction. So let's start with this equation. Now you notice we have two different variables. We have an x and a y. I'm still going to do the same thing I've done before in the last 2 days. I'm going to replace the variables I have here with the numbers and their values right up on top. So it says x plus 9y. I'm going to replace this x with an 8. And then when I have a y value, I'm going to replace it with a 4. And because I have a 9 and I have a y right next to each other, I'm going to put this 4 in parentheses here, just so I know that it's not going to be the number, and you'll see in a second as I bring down the plus and the 9. I have the parentheses in there so that I know that this looks like a 9 times 4, not a 94. So in this equation here, I have 8 plus 9 times 4. I now need to remember my order of operations. That's what we talked about before when we had PEMDAS. So there's that lesson a little bit earlier this marking period, which tells me that I need to make sure I'm doing all the multiplication and division before I do any of the addition and subtraction. So I'm actually going to multiply 9 times 4 first. And 9 times 4, I get an answer of 36, and then I can bring down the 8 plus, and now I just have to do the last part of this problem, which is going to be the addition. 8 plus 36, I'm going to get an answer of 44, and we're done. All right, another example for you. I have when y is equal to 4 and x equals to 32, solve x minus 6y. So first I'm going to replace this x value with my x value over here, 32. I can bring down my minus and my 6 because I haven't used those yet. And then my y value is 4, so I can put that in right next to it. So now I have 32 minus 6 times 4, and I have to do the multiplication before I can do the subtraction. So when I multiply 6 times 4, I get an answer of 24. I can then bring down my 32 minus, I haven't used those yet. And if I take 32 minus 24, I know the answer to this, but if in case you're not confident and you don't have a calculator around, this is a bit of a review where I have 32 over 24, and I can't do 2 minus 4, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to borrow from the 3, make this a 2, change the 2 to a 12. 12 minus 4, I get an answer of 8, and 2 minus 2 cancels out, so your answer here is going to be 8. So I have two problems I'd like you to try on your own. So why don't you try this one now? And just to review, what you should have done first is replace this b value with this number here of 9. I can then bring down the plus and the 5. I haven't used those yet. And in place of the a, I have a number 8. So I'm going to put that in parentheses right next to it. Order of operations, that tells us I have to do the 5 times 8 first. So 5 times 8, I get an answer of 40. I can then bring down everything I didn't use, which is my plus and my 9. So 9 plus 40, an answer of 49. So hopefully you had that one. And the last example I'm going to have you try today is this one, so why don't you try that now? All right, and to review our answer here, I'm replacing this x with the value over here I have as a 32. I can then bring down everything I didn't use, which is my minus, my 3, and I can replace this y with the value I have above, which is going to be a 6. So again, I'm putting in parentheses 6. And now I need to remember my order of operations. I'm not going to do 32 minus 3 first. I'm going to do the 3 times 6. 3 times 6 will get us 18. And I can bring down my 32 right next to it. 32 minus 18. Let's set this up the way we've done these before. So 32 minus 18. I can't do 2 minus 8, so I'm going to have to borrow from the 3, changing this to a 2. The 2 then becomes a 12. 12 minus 8, I get an answer of 4. And then 2 minus 1, I get an answer of 1. So 14 is the answer you should have gotten. So that is it for all the problems we have today. We only have a review left tomorrow. So today's secret word is going to be grin. If you have questions, make sure you come to see me. And that's it for today.